Hi kids and parents or whoever is watching this video. This is our daily video for the welcome to class. What are we doing today? Well, today's introductory video is the how to learn from a math video, okay? So because we may find ourselves going online full time compared to being live. But anyways, this video is designed to help you with your digital learning skills. And these are skills that will help you for many years to come. Now, here's a question for you. How many of you have ever used YouTube to learn something? Okay. Now, if many of you have, okay, so this is a skill that is a part of our daily lives. Okay. Now, please pause the video and take out your math notebook. All right, now chances are if you were at home or you are at home, you would have stopped the video and prepared. Or you may have already been all set for this video, okay? But if not, you have your notebook in front of you right now. Remember, you do not need to write every single word, and you will get better as time goes on. Another point that I would like to make is that it's an important thing to remember is to do your best, all right? So the important thing is try really, really hard to do a good job with your notes. That might mean stopping and starting the video, rewriting things once or twice, rechecking things. So it's okay if a 15-minute video becomes a 25-minute video, all right? So anyways, let's go on and continue this process. Now, there are many benefits to be gained by taking notes, whether it's from a video or live in class, okay? Some of you might be watching this video taking these notes. Others might be live in class, and I'm pausing and stopping and watching you take notes and helping you learn how to take notes. But there are many benefits to it. And one of the biggest benefits is this. If you hear it, see it, write it, you will learn it. We know from research that note-taking just solidifies and makes learning a lot easier, and you retain stuff better. Note-taking engages more of the brain if you truly take your time and do it correctly. Okay, so good note-taking means you're engaging a lot of your brain. Now, one of the things that I like to do is show kids this connection. These are the steps involved in doing math. So if you have a math problem, I'm going to show you the steps involved in doing them. Okay? The first step is you read the problem. The second step is you plan to solve the problem. The third step is applying the calculations to the problem. And the fourth step is you check the solution to the problem. You check your answer. Here's the question for you. Which step requires the least amount of brain power? Pause the video and answer that, or I will. Okay, here we go. Well, actually, the part that requires the least amount of brain usage is the calculation. So this is why writing notes becomes really important, because your notes involve this part of the brain processing, and it's really, so if you're taking good notes, you're reading problems, you're planning along with solving problems. The calculations you do quickly, usually with a calculator, and then you're going back and checking the problem. That's what note-taking is in mathematics. It's using all of the brain to understand the mathematics, okay? So anyways, here are some important pointers that you should take note of, okay? Now remember, if I start moving too fast, you can pause the video, or you can go back and review the video. Leave some space for what you don't get as the movie or the video rolls on, okay? Some pointers for taking good notes. And these kind of apply in any class. Set up a quiet workspace. It's important that you have an area that's quiet, free of distractions when you're doing your notes and watching your videos. You should have a notebook ready and pencils ready. Always date and give your notes a title. That's very important so that you can reference your notes in future studies. Plan to solve your problem. So when you start a math video that you're learning from, you should expect to get some example problems, and you should expect to pause your video and actually try those problems. Plan to check your problems, and I mean really check the problems. Don't just say, oh yeah, there's the right answer, I got it right, because chances are you'll learn something by watching the example problem done by the teacher or the other mathematician. Okay? When you're doing your math notes, include drawings, include diagrams as needed. Remember, you can pause the video to do that drawing and then start the video again, which is kind of nice. You can't do that when the teacher's up there lecturing live. You can't stop the teacher, and chances are you won't ask them to slow down. So videos are nice in the sense that you can stop and do all the drawings you want. Keep your notes neat and organized. That has a lot to do with giving your date and title to your notes, but keep your notes neat and organized, okay? And then the other thing is, even if you know what is being covered, in other words, many of my videos are a review of what we've already discussed, because I like to teach kids things 2 or 3 times. Even if you know what is being covered, you can always learn a little more by taking careful notes, because that process of detail brings out a lot of neat information, okay? So, anyways, do I need to pause the video to get anybody caught up or answer questions? Do you want the video paused so you can get caught up? Okay, anyways, well, let's try it. Okay, let's practice taking some notes in math. Let's pretend you're learning how to do division, okay? So, complete the problem. Please show your work and round to the nearest hundredth if you need to. Okay, so let's pretend we're learning or practicing our division. Okay, here's the problem I would like you to do. 6,743 divided by 21. We know that this is division because we have that little backslash symbol. Okay, here's what you're going to do. You're going to pause the video and complete this problem. When you're ready to check it, if you're working on your own, you may start the video. I will start the video for the kids in class if you're with me in class after I see that there's been enough time given. So pause the video now and show your work for this problem. Okay, you must be ready for the answer now. Okay, now remember, this asked you to do several things. It asked you to complete the problem, to show your work, and to round to the nearest hundredth if you need to. Now, this might be something that came easy to you, or you might be practicing your skills right now. But anyways, your example should be like this. Now, as I go over the example, you should follow along. If you didn't know how to do this, you should do the problem with me then, pausing as you need to. Okay, so anyways, here's the answer. The answer is 321 and 1/10, okay? Now, here's how we did that problem. Okay, now, first of all, what we want to do is we want to set up, it's a division problem. So we're going to make 6,743 our dividend, and our divisor is 21. Okay, now we're going to have to go into the decimals, but we can annex zeros as we need to. So your problem should be set up like that. Okay, so first we ask ourselves, how many times can 21 go into 6? Can't do it. How many times can 21 go into 67? Well, it can go in a total of 3 times. Now you may have estimated, guess and check, whatever, but 3 times 21 is 63. Okay, so you did that 3 times the 21, and you got 63. So now we have to subtract to get a partial product. 7 take away 3 is 4. 4 is less than 21, so we can bring down the other 4 and divide again. 21 into 44 will go 2 times. 2 times 21 is 42. So we subtract to get another partial remainder. And we subtract 44, take away 42 is 2. bring down the 3 because the 2 is less than the 21. And then 21 will go into 23 one time. 1 times 21 is 21. We subtract, and we actually have ended the quotient as far as the whole numbers are concerned, because 23 take away 21 gives us a partial remainder of 2, which is less than 21, so that's acceptable. But remember, they said round to the nearest hundredth if you need to. So in this case, we don't want a remainder. What we want to do is we want to create a decimal out of our answer, our quotient. So we're going to put in the decimal point and annex 2 zeros. The reason we're going to annex 2 zeros is because we want it to either terminate at the tenths place, or we need to go to the hundredths place and then round to the tenths place. So we need to go out 2 places further in the decimal. Okay? So in this case, we bring down that 0, and we ask ourselves, how many times will 21 go into 20? Well, it can't, so we put 0 up in our quotient. Now we bring down this 0, and now we ask ourselves, how many times will 21 go into 200? Well, you might guess and check, you might use a calculator to figure that out, but we know that it will go in 9 times. 9 times 1 is 9. 9 times 2 is 18. So now we have 189. And we're going to subtract. Now we have to do some borrowing and regrouping. So we're going to borrow from the 2, and that will drop down. Then we have 10, but we're going to borrow from that. So we're going to go all the way over, and we'll have 10 take away 9, which is 1, and 9 take away 8, which is 1. And that leaves us with 11. Now, we could keep going and annexing zeros, but we will only have to round to the tenths place. So 0 will ask 9, what do I do? 9 will tell 0 to round up to 1, which is why we have 1 in the tenths place. So our answer is 321 and 1/10. Now, hopefully you went through that and you actually had a chance to polish up your math skills and see how you would learn to do division using a video. Okay, here's another example, okay, you might want to take some notes on. Sometimes your notes will give you blanks, and so what you would do is you'd write down a number written in blank will have blank parts. The blank and the blank. Okay, so here we go. Take a moment, pause the video, and write that out, leaving some space to fill it in. Or, here we go. We're going to look at what's underneath there. A number written in exponential form will have 2 parts. That must have something to do with these examples down here, huh? So we must be talking about exponential form in these 2 examples, okay? So let's keep filling in the blanks and see what we come up with, okay? The base and the exponent. Oh, okay, so now this might be making sense to you. In other words, the whole number is the base, and this smaller number is the exponent, okay? And so what we have is a number written in exponential form has 2 parts. It has the base and it has the exponent. So in other words, this is the base of 5 and an exponent of 3. These numbers, okay, actually equal a greater value. So in other words, this equals 16 because it's actually 4 times 4, which equals 16. This number right here is actually 5 to the third is actually 5 times 5 times 5, which equals 125. This is the value of 5 to the third. 5 to the third is 125 in exponential form. 5 to the third. All right? So anyways, hopefully you had a chance to take some notes and learn about exponents and practice your division. That's the end of the video for today. If you have any questions, let me know. All right? Have a good day, you guys.